Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, let me give you the kind of timeline for this video. I came across a news story on TMZ today, and it's an outrageous story it's one of Stephen Baldwin's daughters, and the sister of Hailey Bieber, who's married to Justin Bieber, and her night out at a Georgia bar and what happened there. It was just some outrageous behavior, intoxicated behavior. And so I started thinking, I've been clean and sober for 17 and a half years since October. I know you guys are probably getting tired of me saying that, but it's something I'm proud of. Since I've been clean and sober, completely clean and sober, not a drop of alcohol since October 23rd of 2006. And at first, when I first got, one of the hardest things, I realized that I'd have to quit drinking along with drugs because that was just part of the whole process with me. I knew I had to quit drinking, and I thought, well, what am I going to do on New Year's? What am I going to do on, that was my excuse. How could I live without alcohol? And to be honest with you guys, I am so glad I don't miss it one bit. The thought of drinking, the thought of losing control, not being in control, scares me now. Like, I do not miss alcohol. I used to be one of those beer guys. I used to have the mugs and my collection of shot glasses and all the Budweiser paraphernalia all over my bedroom and when I was growing up and everything. And now I hear sirens like when I get up to make this video. People are just leaving the bars at 2 a.m. while I'm working on these videos, and I can hear sirens outside and speeding cars. And I am so thankful that I have nothing, that is not my life anymore. Okay, so I saw this article about Aliyah Baldwin Aranda. Like I said, this is the sister of Hailey Bieber, and it's the sister-in-law of Justin Bieber. It's Stephen Baldwin's daughter. Okay, she went to a girls' night out. It says the story will be right down below, so you guys can read it yourselves. And I read this story, and I was thinking about with St. Patrick's Day coming up. I thought about that. I went to a St. Patrick's Day parade this was probably about 1992, and I'm going to share that with you guys because it was just bizarre. And because I was thinking of like when I saw this story about this behavior in the bar, I was thinking about other outrageous things that happened to me back in my drinking days. And with St. Patrick's Day coming up, I'm going to share that with you. Let me tell you about this story first. Like I said, so this is Aliyah Baldwin Aranda. It's Hailey Bieber's sister, Justin Bieber's sister-in-law, and Stephen Baldwin's daughter. Okay, she looks like she's probably in her 20s. And it was a girls' night out in Savannah, Georgia just on February 24th, just about a week ago. And this is the gist of it. As I reread this article a few times, she was very intoxicated, and she tried to push her way into the employees' bathroom at this bar. It was the employees' bathroom because as anybody that's gone to bar or anybody that's been out in public anywhere knows that women's bathrooms usually have a line. So apparently Aliyah was very much in need of the bathroom, that she was going to get sick. That's what, she told the people. She was trying to push her way into the employee's bathroom. And eventually, from what I understand, they let her in. Okay. And then a female bouncer came in to get her back out to see what was going on. And this is where Aliyah's behavior got very, I've never heard anything like this. Apparently, Aliyah started cursing, swearing, and getting very violent. And on top of that, she had told the employees that she needed to take care of some women's issues, to change some of her women's products in the women's bathroom. And plus, she was going to be sick, so that's the reason they finally allowed her to go into the employee's bathroom. When they came in to get her out, she threw her used product women's product at the bouncer. And from what I could imagine, a scuffle would ensue. There's a video down below that shows. At first I thought Aliyah got tossed out of the bar after this, but apparently she was crawling down the steps on her own, crawling. bizarre footage down below the video from TMZ. She was crawling after this scuffle. She's crawling an alligator crawling down the steps of the bar. Like I said, I don't miss drinking one bit. There's some things, I remember seeing a girl getting her tooth knocked out at the bar. That was just one of the worst things I saw. She was drinking a beer and there was two guys fighting in front of her. And one of them hit the beer bottle. And I was standing right next to her and I looked over at her and she just, her front tooth just got knocked clean out. And then she went nuts and she started swinging the beer bottle. And I think that was the night that cars actually got overturned in the parking lot. It blew up into a full-scale riot. This was in Waterbury, Connecticut back years ago. All right, let me tell you about St. Patrick's Day. This is bizarre. This is back in 1992. I went down there with the girl I was dating. I'm still friends with this girl, this woman, on Facebook. She's clean and sober now, too. She's actually a counselor. I used to live with her for a while. And I was driving a truck at the time, and I had badly sprained my ankle. It was swollen up like this, so I was out of work for a while. And of course, being the great worker that I was at the time, I decided it was okay for me to go down to St. Patrick's Day parade with my girl at the time, even though I was out of work for a sprained ankle. So we went down I can't tell you guys how big this parade is. This was in '92. And I think it started, it's just an all-day huge party in Manhattan where the streets are shut down and it's just wall-to-wall drinking and mayhem. I would say it's probably a lot like Mardi Gras down in New Orleans, except probably on a even bigger scale. And I remember, if you ever heard of taxi drivers in New York City, there's like 5 lanes of traffic going one way this way, one way that, 5 lanes. And taxi drivers will not stop for you, or any vehicles in Manhattan when you're crossing if you're in the crosswalk, when the don't walk sign comes on, you're done. No kidding. And I was hobbling across back and forth because I had a sprained ankle, and I almost got run over. I don't know how many times because, like I said, they won't stop. I was hobbling, drunk, and plus with my sprained ankle, hobbling back and forth across these streets. And I started cursing, and it was quite a scene, even for Manhattan. Now, here's some of the things that I noticed. I swear to God, these are true stories. I'm not trying to put down or defame the New York City Police Department at all, but this is what I saw. Like I said, and I could actually have this woman that I'm still friends with. I could have her testify. She could testify that these stories are true because she remembers them too, I'm sure. And let's see, the first one, we were driving back home, and she was driving, and she was very intoxicated. And it's easy to get lost in Harlem. Manhattan turns into Harlem, and it's a rough neighborhood. And I remember sitting in the passenger seat, and I noticed that she was going through red lights, like going up like 8th Avenue, or Broadway, going right up into Harlem. And I look behind us and there's a cop, and we get pulled over by the police. And they end up taking her out of the car. Now she's intoxicated and she's wearing a St. Patrick, green derby, and she's just giggling and she's all over the place. And the cops get her in front of the car and have her walk the line, to balance. And they have her do it over. She was very shapely. She had tight jeans on and everything. She was looking really good that day. And I kept watching, and the cops were just sitting. They were leaning back against the car, watching her, whistling, and she's prancing back and forth and dancing for them, going back. It's almost like a show, almost like a striptease show, with my girlfriend going on in front of the car for the cops, and they're loving it. They're enjoying it. My girlfriend's walking back and forth, wiggling her butt and everything. So I'm like, what's going on? And I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and these young black guys are walking past the car because we were almost in Harlem at this point. And it was, I didn't fit in that neighborhood. And I looked out the window, and I just said to the person going by, which was a mistake, I said, "Oh my God, can you believe these freaking cops?" I said out the window, and it was like 2 or 3 young guys, and they stopped. And they were like, "What did you say to what did you say to us? What did what are you talking?" And one of them pulled up their waistband, pulled up their shirt, and they had like a Mac 10 tucked in their waistband. And this was the police are in front of my car, watching my girlfriend wiggle her butt, walking back and forth in front of the car on this side of the car. And over here, there's like 3 teenagers threatening to put an end to me, to finish me, because I said so. I swear on the Holy Bible. True story. This was St. Patrick's Day in Manhattan. Like I said, we got kind of lost and ended up in Harlem on the way back, on the way out, because you kind of have to go through Harlem or around Harlem to get back to 95, to get back to Connecticut. Another thing, like I said, I'm not defaming the New York City Police Department, but I specifically remember down in Manhattan when the parade was going on, I remember going into bodegas to buy 6-packs of beer or 40 ounces of beer to drink while I'm watching the parade. And I swear on to God, I swear to God, I didn't just see this once. I saw uniformed policemen come into the bar and buy 6-packs and buy 40 ounces, not 40 ounces, but buy cans of beer. And they were drinking beer, policemen, during the parade in uniform. Swear on the Bible. Like I said, I'm not saying this to defame New York City policemen, but I swear to God, this is what I saw in St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, we ended up making it home. My girlfriend was never arrested. She's clean and sober now, which is my point. So, recovery is possible. She's actually a counselor now. She's doing very well. She's been clean and sober a little, I guess about 10 years, 10 or 12 years, a little less than me. Anyway, recovery is possible. I don't miss drinking at all. The link will be down below to the Hailey Bieber, or the Hailey Bieber's sister-in-law, Elena Baldwin Arano, and her female product whipping. I don't know. I'm glad I don't miss bars at all anymore. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a great Saturday.